Baby, I'm a gangster too. Baby, I'm a gangster too.
Hi babies, and welcome back to Kisses and Chaos. This is your host Lucy, and today we are talking about how much better life gets when you realize that they're a fucking loser. And the Lord, heaven, whoever the fuck, universe, deity, spirit angels, all these motherfuckers have fucking granted me with finally taking off my rose-colored glasses and seeing no contact for exactly who she is. I'm going to go into all the ways that you can take off your rose-colored glasses and stop putting that fucking shitty-ass person on a pedestal, and talk about my personal experience to how we even got here. Because I know 2 weeks ago, that episode was a little much. Mama was a little sad. And I really was. I think a lot of it had to do with Mercury retrograde, but also like having to go through that denial and that depression stage is really important to go through a breakup. But now mommy is at acceptance and anger. I love it. I love being here, and I hope that you bitches are doing well. I missed you. I love you, and let's get into it. So let me tell you guys about the day the delusion died for me. I decided to post a petty TikTok. I did, okay? And it wasn't to stir up anything with her. It was just simply because I thought it was a good idea to like showcase my new hair. By the way, if you're listening, my hair is pink. It's for a new era that you guys will see very, very soon. And I basically say on the TikTok, my ex told me if I dyed my hair pink, I would look trashy and she wouldn't want to fuck me anymore. And then I show my hair. Her fucking best friend decides to comment on it and is like, you're right, she hates it. Basically confirming that exactly what I said. And it was just like, ew, like you're so gross. And I know I said like my ex told me this, but it could have been any ex. It could have been literally any ex. We were never public. We made like 2 TikToks that are still up together that she's not tagged in. It's like, girl, like no one cares. And it was almost like, thank you so much for waking me up, because I was so stuck in Delulu land about her. I was like, but I love her. Blah, blah. And that just gave me, it just reminded me of like how much of a fucking shitty person she is and how much I do not want her in my life or her friends, because that man being the fucking, what is it? The maid of honor at her wedding or whatever, or best man, like, ew, no. And I've always known that I was, I was out of her league, like goals wise, professional wise, all that stuff. But I think I just got so digmatized, but now I don't even want the dick. I don't want her dick. Especially, well, it's in my closet right now. Her dick is in my closet, but I could put that dick on somebody else and hopefully they'll do a good job. But I'm just like, and I was with the doctor when I read it, and she was just like, doesn't that show you like how immature and like gross this is? Like, you're better than this. There's like, you're a classy woman. And she's saying this like while I have my pink hair. And I think I felt really insecure about my hair when I first got it done because of what No Context said. She literally told me I would look trashy and like she wouldn't want to fuck me. So I was like, oh, like, is everyone gonna feel that way? And I just felt like really insecure about it. And to have somebody who's like literally a fucking heart surgeon be like, no, like, you look classy, like your pink hair is beautiful, like you're beautiful, like no. And I'm just like, you're so sweet. And it's just been so nice to like just get to know her on a friend level. And like, yes, we're flirty and like there's some kisses and stuff. I still have so much healing to do, and I really like how patient she is. And how she's not expecting anything. Like, she's doing her thing, she's going on her dates, like I'm doing whatever. So like I'm fucking flirting with a girl in London right now, and every single day she messages me and she's like, hello Lucy. It's kind of cute, okay? Hi guys, it's currently the next day. I decided to film a little bit more of this episode because more things have happened that I feel like I want to talk about. So as I told you, her friend commented on the pot. As I told you, I made a TikTok basically saying my ex told me not to dye my hair pink because I would look trashy and she wouldn't want to fuck me. Her best friend commented on it, yada, yada, yada. So I was feeling, I'm like, fuck it. I was like, I made a response video and I laid out the comment. I was like, this is my ex's best friend. And I just want to say thank you for reminding me of how terrible the people she hangs out with are and how terrible she is. And I was like, you're a fucking loser. They basically got my ex and all her friends to comment and harass me on my page and all this stuff. They were commenting everything like, you're pushing 30, what the fuck? Like all this stuff. And like, oh, flop era. It was so obvious that it was like a bunch of like her friends and their fake accounts. And I was just like, ew. And I was out with my friends at dinner and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna delete it because they're gonna have all their little minions fucking comment and they don't even deserve my fucking energy, you know? So I was like, I'm gonna fucking delete it so I don't like look at it, you know? Because I'm not gonna defend myself to like my ex's little minions. Like I don't fucking give a shit. And I was being pretty petty, like to her best friend. So her best friend basically said, her best friend was like, oh yeah, you deleted that shit because you couldn't stand people not agreeing with you. It's like, no. You know, the original video has 120,000 views on it with a lot of people that agree with me that that's a terrible thing to say and that my pink hair looks great. But I just didn't want to deal with your little minions. So they start like fucking commenting on all my stuff. So I just like blocked them. I'm just like, you guys are so gross. And one of my friends who actually knows No Contact decided to text her and tell her like, leave you alone and to get her friends to leave you alone. So she did that, and this is the message that No Contact sent back. There's a lot. There's honestly a lot, but I'm just going to read one message, and this is it. I want you to understand that if I wanted her back, I would have her. If I reached out to her right now, she'd answer me. That's how me and her are. It's me and her. I'm doing this for her. I don't answer her because Lana, my best friend, told me to leave her alone and let her be, and I have. I'm not commenting on her stuff. I can't control what people say, but I'll tell them to stop. You 100% told people. I'm not doing anything to her. Yeah, I see that what she's posting about me because people show me. I'm not looking at her stuff unless someone says, hey, she's posting about you, which if you've noticed has been quite frequent, so maybe tell her to stop. Like she's going on a date with a doctor, but she's still obsessing and posting about me. Come on. No matter what she says, I know how she really feels inside. I just know her. Go watch her latest podcast and I'll tell you. But take care of her while I'm gone, yeah? And then she went into a chronic state of, I don't care. Oh, I'm seeing somebody. I like them so much. Like, girl, you just showed your ass with that text. She even told the girl that messaged her and was like, yeah, you caught me at a bad moment. Like, no, bitch, your mask slipped. Shut up. And I would like to say, if I wanted her to come back, I know how to starve a narcissist. It's quite easy. You give them nothing. You give them absolutely nothing. You don't repost. You don't do anything. You don't message. You don't be vocal about the breakup and how it's affecting you. All of the things that I have done. Why is that? Because I don't want her to come back. Why would I pay 2 Etsy witches, have her in my fucking freezer, which by the way, I took her out of my freezer to test if I'm fucking magical. And the day I fucking did that, all that drama happened. And I was like, oh my God. And she's back in there now. But if I wanted her to come back, I know how to get a narcissistic person to come back. You have to like starve their ego. And all I've done is probably infatuate it and feed it because, I'm talking about, I'm sorry, I'm so obsessive. I'm a content creator. I'm also selling products. So when I have a sound and it's like let's go over some of the TikToks, shall we? This one. It's like, bitch, abort mission. They cannot handle this ride. They cannot handle the stallion. I put when they have unhealed mommy issues. You know how many of my exes have had unhealed mommy issues? Like I know she feels like it's so directed towards her and that I'm like so obsessed and stuff, but I'm literally just taking random sounds that I find on TikTok while I'm selling this product and putting something relatable over, like with my, like saying like X or whatever. And she's taking that and running with it, that it's all about her. The only TikTok that has been 100% intentional about her has been the one with my hair. And bitch, that happened. So like, whatever. You can say I'm so obsessive and shit, but like, I am just a girl who just went through one of the most manipulative relationships I've ever been through. And I'm healing from it. And I'm healing very openly and outwardly. I always have been, probably like because I'm a songwriter. She won't like the songs about her, that's for sure. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just healing. I'm just healing out loud. And if I wanted to be petty and I wanted to act like I don't care to get her back, that's what I would do. Why would I be so open about how I'm hurting? Why would I be so vulnerable and stuff? Like, I don't want her to come back. I want her to stay so far away from me. Even the last pod that she's referring to, which, by the way, you don't care so much, but you're watching my podcast. Also, she's like, well, my friends tell me about the podcast. I can see the cities that watch my podcast. I can see when people actually like watch my videos, and I know the exact city of what she lives in. And if that person, and unless it's her roommate who's watching it at the time where she's going to work, it's probably her. And that's fine. Like, I'm not like, it's like people have this obsessed idea of feeling like they need to not care after a breakup, but like we do, especially if you just went through something so traumatic and so toxic. Um, and yeah, like, also with the age thing, her friends being like, she's pushing 30. That has been such a thing with us, our whole relationship. Like, one minute I'm like, you're just acting so young right now. Like, I just like wish you understood more. And then she'd be like, it's only 3.5 years, like blah, 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 talking about our age difference. And then as soon as I'm doing something and she wants to make me feel small or dumb, she'll be like, aren't you like pushing 30? It's like, bro, pick a side. She acts like I'm stupid. And maybe I was. Maybe I literally was. I think I was so emotionally gaslit and manipulated. Like, I'm reading a book about narcissism right now. And like, it's just, it's so healing and great to feel so validated because I feel so stupid. She has done so many terrible fucking things to me. And I have just taken her back every single time. I think I finally realized we didn't have love. And that when I miss her, it's not, oh, I'm missing her because she's the love of my life. No, I'm missing her because we have a trauma bond and I am chemically addicted to the chaos that she fucking made. And I have settled for breadcrumbs and I have fucking become more toxic myself because when you hang out with toxic people, you become more toxic. And I have completely let this girl strip me down. And every time I've ever went back to her, it's because I'm horny, which is like, it's sad, but it's true. Now I'm on Lexapro. I literally be on Lexapro again. You're just like, like I like sex, but like I'm not like, it's so crazy because like last week episode, like 2 weeks ago, which by the way, I recorded that like 3 weeks ago, probably almost 4 at this point. And the Mercury retrograde had me so fucked up. And the day Mercury retrograde ended was like probably like my second week of Lexapro. And I was just like, wow, I don't fucking give a shit anymore. And that's why she's like, oh, she's so vocal. She's so obsessed with me. Honey, I'm not obsessed with you. I want nothing to do with you. That's why I'm being vocal. She's like, oh, she's doing all this shit to get a rise out of me. If I wanted to get a rise out of you, I would tell the exact truth on everything that happened. I still went back to her after that. And that is like really hard to just realize that I completely lost myself in this delusion that she is this person that I thought she was, but she's not. I'm not doing TikTok shop anymore this month. They kind of like changed the rules. Now it has to be like longer than 15 seconds. I was like, there's no way I can fucking do a 15-second video for all this. So she gets what she wants. I won't be posting any like as much content about like stuff. But again, it wasn't even directed towards her. It's just like another way for her to try to control the narrative. But yeah, honestly, this girl should just be lucky I'm not doing like a 30-part series of who the fuck did I marry, because that's what the fuck she deserves. She said in these messages to my friend that she likes someone so much and stuff. I honestly like pray for that girl. I literally lit whoever that is, if it's an imaginary person, if it's no one, or her next girl in general, I lit a fucking protection candle for her because I'm just like, this is like so not fun to go through. And this person is so unhealed and has fucked me up. Simple as that. All right, let's get back to the episode. There's a very specific moment, I feel like, in any of my relationships where the delusion has died. I think you guys could probably think about it with someone that you have idolized or put on a pedestal before, you were so in love with, and now you think about them and you're like, ew, why the fuck did I date them? And a lot of people will be like, oh, well, why did it take this when they did all these other terrible things to you? I literally am a victim of domestic abuse. I didn't leave for a very long time after I was getting hit. And honestly, she was the one to leave me. So to those people, I would like to say, you just don't know until you're in it. And you really try to make a lot of excuses for the person, especially if they had childhood traumas, because that would be my excuse. It's the death of the fantasy. And honestly, it was the death of the fantasy for me, because I was like, oh, wait, like, I forgot. She's a horrible person. She's lied to me about this, this, and this. I literally, guys, I talked to my ex-situationship, who apparently, like, they had a conversation with like a year ago, and no contact told me that my ex-situationship was saying that I had, like, my downstairs, like, was unhygienic and like I was smelly or something. And it really made me so sad, because I just thought it was like so low and so rude. And I asked her about it when we recently talked, and she was like, I never said that. She was just like, what? And I was like, oh, why am I surprised? The psychology of rose-colored glasses goes very deep. So let's start. This is basically why we stay in that delusional phase, which I know so many of us have been. Like, literally, one of my exes used to hit me, and I would be like, well, she just needs to get her anger out. Like, maybe, she's going to change one day, right? Like, girl, when you think that you've been delusional, just remember I had probably been 20 times more delusional. So do not feel bad. I think it really sucks when people make you feel bad for going back to somebody, because they're like, because if I told you some of the things no contact did, you'd probably be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, how would you take her back after that? And it's just like, when you're delusional and you're so obsessed with somebody and the idea of them, it's really hard to let go. And when you fall for somebody toxic, your brain isn't in love. It's actually in a dramatic trauma loop. And when you fall for someone toxic, your brain isn't actually in love. It's in a dopamine trauma loop. And that was something like really hard for me to understand. But looking back and like seeing like where I was last weekend, where I was like literally like crying every night and like itching for her and really missing her and like really sad, into now it's like, oh, I'm finally breaking through that delusion and that trauma bond. Thank God. Because guys, if I can do it, you guys can do it. So your brain gets addicted to the waiting, the breadcrumbing, the hoping, the little hits of affection. Rose-colored glasses are not optimism. They are attachment wounds and your nervous system conditioning. You are being delusional looking at this person that has hurt you so much with these rose-colored glasses. You are not thinking clearly. You are thinking like a drug addict. And you could just feel like shit, because you're like, why did I even take her back? Like, she did horrible things to me. She lied to me about everything. She's not a good person. What's wrong with me? You're not stupid. Unfortunately, this just happens. The chemicals in our brain are really, really tricky. And that's why we're gonna figure this out together. You ignored the red flags because you wanted relief, you wanted safety, you wanted love, and you wanted the story to end differently. A lot of times, I feel like our boundaries start slipping when we get lonelier. And that's why it's really, really important to love yourself and actually love spending time with yourself. Because then it's easier to not let those boundaries slip. But it's hard. Like I was saying last episode, like I was a little man eater, and then I think, I did kind of miss having a girlfriend. Like, I didn't have a girlfriend for a while. And I just, yeah. Now, when you take off these rose-colored glasses, you're probably going to reach the anger phase, which is what I'm in, and we talked about last week. If you want to know more about the 5 stages of grief after a breakup, go listen to last week's pod. I go more into the anger stage and all of that. It is nice to know that I am finally here, because I was so sad like the last 3 weeks ago. So it feels good, and I hope that it's showing you guys like you can really heal, because I was so unwell, and now I feel so much better. But yeah, if you still have those rose-colored glasses on, it's time for us to yank them off. Let's talk about how to know if they're a loser, because if you're listening to this, they probably are. They need an audience. They need an audience. They need yes people around them. They need people who are emotionally small, who will comment on your TikToks. Always wanting an audience. I feel like with these people, like, they need to kind of make you the villain in their story as fast as possible and change this narrative that they've made about you into a bad one. So they can like play the victim and, have people agreeing with their delusions, because they're being delusional in the way of thinking that you really weren't that great. You were actually this horrible person, even if you did absolutely nothing to them. Like, that is what they're doing. So they need that audience. They need those yes men to be like, yes, you're so great. Their life never actually moves. Same drama, same stories, same betrayal, same excuses, different partner, same behavior. At some point, you have to realize you were not in just a tragic love story notebook. You were literally a rerun. They have done this before. Literally, if I look at no context history, always in some chaos, had toxic relationships with everybody. Apparently not her first one, but I'm like, didn't you cheat on her? Like, that sounds pretty toxic to me. They only feel powerful when you're confused. They thrive on you being anxious. They thrive on you being sad over them. They thrive on you waiting and you start questioning your worth. That's not love, that's control. And yeah, I have a problem with liking people that want to control me. I don't know if it's because I'm so independent in my career and I've had like a lot of success in that sense, but I think it's kind of hot at first. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, you're like the Joker and I'm Harley. But then it turns really scary really quick because then it's like the pink hair stuff, like being like, oh, I'm not gonna fuck you anymore if you have pink hair. Like, that's not cute. If you were growing and they were stagnant, they're a fucking loser. This one is huge. You were healing, you were working, you were creating, and they were repeating, watching. And that contrast is really humiliating for them. So that's why they'll try to bring you down in little ways. They won't like celebrate your successes as much. The hardest part about all of this, realizing that the person you loved is a fucking loser, is realizing that it wasn't really love. It was just simply a character that your nervous system created. Yeah, they don't exist. They do not exist. So better fucking break those rose-colored glasses before I do, okay? Because I promise it's sexier and better on the other side. Don't check their stuff either, guys. Like, literally, I literally don't care to. I think one of my friends sent me her thirst trap the other day, and I just like laughed because I was just like, do your thing, boo-boo. Like, I pray. I'm literally praying to the fucking universe. I hope the next girl she terrorizes just fucking like, I don't know, puts her at war with herself as well. Like, I hope that girl is equally as fucking nuts and they just like, I hope she's not like a nice, sweet girl. After anger, you're gonna get to acceptance, so please go watch the last episode. But life after delusion is your glow up, baby. It's the glow up phase. To be honest, I think I'm already starting the glow up phase. I went thinner with my brows, put pink in my hair. I'm feeling cuntier. I'm feeling more flirty. I'm feeling fun. I'm listening to Midnight Sun. Like, I'm like fucking, I am having so much fun. And yeah, I'm just having a good time. And if I ever like think about her and feel sad for a second, you sit with it. You're like, okay. And then you're like, okay, goodbye. So if you're one of my babies who are having a really hard time breaking those rose-colored glasses and realizing that that person is a fucking loser, let's go. You need to separate who they are from how they make you feel. Who are they in action, not in my memory? Because your memory right now is probably a little delusional. Write 2 columns. Column A, facts of their behavior. Column B, your feelings about them. You'll realize you're really not fucking in love with this person. You're in love with the feeling. And chemistry is not character. And chemistry is not love. Replay their worst moments, not the best ones. And I bet you there's a lot more worse ones than good ones. Your brain likes to cherry pick all the good scenes. It's like a highlight reel. You have to intentionally show your mind and your heart the blooper reel. The real shit. The things that are not acted and scripted, like your manipulative toxic ex probably did. Your brain cannot stay delusional once you show it enough evidence. And that's why I think that comment from her friend just snapped me the fuck out of it, because I was just like, oh my God, thank you for showing me that, like, I don't want to be with this person. I don't want to do anything with this person. I don't want to be around her or her friends. I want to be so far away from all that shit. I'm a grown ass woman and I'm a fucking cat. Ask yourself, if you knew everything about them right now, would you still be attracted to them? If you knew everything that they have done to you, would you still be attracted to them? Do you want like a little gaslighting with a side of manipulation? A little side of manipulation, you want that? You want that? Now, if they walked into your life and you guys had no chemistry whatsoever, would you still like them? Would you want to do a little slow burn with them? No. Would you be obsessed or would you be unimpressed? Because I'm sorry, I don't like my egg side with a side of gaslighting and the main course of manipulation. And neither should you. If the answer is unimpressed from who they are, who their character is, stripped away from all your history and your memories together, baby, those rose-colored glasses are the only thing keeping this shit together for you. Stop telling the story of when they become better. They're not better. They haven't became better. You wasted 2 fucking years talking to myself. How did they come better? No, they lied about becoming better. This is the silent killer of your healing and your inability to let go of these rose-colored glasses of this motherfucking loser. You don't need to heal from who they might become. You need to heal from who the fuck they are right now and what the fuck they just put you through. Imagine your best friend or your sister dating them. Like, would you want your best friend to date them? If my best friend went through the shit I went through with this one, I would have been like begging her to get out. I would have been like, please get the fuck out. I really like that one because I think that you should talk to yourself like you're your best friend in general. I think it's a really good mindfulness day to talk better to yourself, is talking to yourself like you're a best friend. So like literally, would you want your best friend to date them? No. Point fucking blank. You can still miss this person and love them and want to be with them so bad and still have the knowledge to know they're not good for you and they're not your person. Missing them does not mean that they're your person. How I know my rose-colored glasses are coming off is because I know I have been embarrassed. I'm fucking embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that I even went through that. I'm so sorry that you guys all had to listen to this for the last year. I promise that I will have new content soon of more people, but I hope that you guys have enjoyed like seeing this real toxic relationship in real time, and hearing from my mistakes. And like, you know, I just hope it's helping. But yeah, you just feel embarrassed that you just accepted all of that and you just start actually being like, oh no, they're a pathological manipulative liar. You're not like, but they're the love of my life. Like, no. That's it for today. I love you guys all so much. I hope all of you have smashed your rose-colored glasses like I have and reached the anger phase because it is good over here. Mommy is happy. I feel like, you know, I'm sure I'm still gonna feel sad at some points, but now I'm accepting my sadness if I feel hurt for a second and then I'm just like letting it go. And I think now I have realized I didn't lose somebody extraordinary. I didn't lose the love of my life. I didn't lose my person. I lost a situation that felt special because I was romanticizing the pain. And unfortunately, a lot of songwriters do it. So yeah. But then I kind of realized I used to always say she was my muse. And maybe last year she was, but like this whole year, like I barely wrote music until like a month or 2 ago when we really started finally breaking up. So, but I love you guys all so much. This is Kisses and Chaos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow the pod. I'm so excited. I am filming with some guests in the next couple of weeks. We are going to take a little bit of a Christmas break. I think we're going to do one more episode and then we're going to go on a Christmas break until probably like mid-Jan. Life really does get better when you realize that they're a fucking loser. Not in a bitter way, maybe a little bit of pettiness, okay? Like I'm a little petty sometimes. You don't need to go back. You don't need closure. You don't need that dick. You already have the truth. And the truth is they're a loser. That's enough. I love you all so much. This is Kisses and Chaos. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye!